Hey everybody, we are live. Today we're going to be looking at Facebook ads, or we should say Meta. Meta is Facebook now, so that's Facebook and Instagram combined. And we're going to be looking at how you set up winning ads. So what do you do that allows you to run an ad that actually works? I've got a couple of examples to show you, and we're going to be breaking down one formula that you can quite easily use. It's going to give you is an ability to be able to create ads more comfortably, make those ads work successfully. There's no point in running an ad if it ends up being something that is not going to bring you profit and revenue. So what's in the ad, we're going to be looking at some examples, and I'm going to just quickly go through one thing that you don't want to be getting wrong, which is the basics on how to test. Because if you're running ads, it's all about testing is what gets those results. So you need to make sure that you've got a clear system in place. Testing is what gives us a clear direction in terms of what is and isn't working for us. So you have to be able to test effectively. So we're going to look at these first two here, right? What we're going to see is a formula that I'm going to be teaching you today. Now, you may have heard of it, you may not, but either way, it's a very simple formula. It's called AIDA. And if you're just starting out doing ads, or if you've been running ads for ages, AIDA is still one of the better ways of you getting your point across and getting people to take action. AIDA stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. And an ad needs to pull the person looking at it, your prospect, through those stages. So if you don't grab their attention, realistically, you've got 2-3 seconds to do that. If you don't then interest them further, they're not going to carry on reading. If you don't create any desire, if you don't connect with them on an emotional level, then they're not going to take interest and stick with you and what your words are and your everything else about the ad structure. All right. And the final bit, action, what do we want them to do? Well, the answer there is for them to click through and go through to our product page or our website and have a look at what we are selling. So I looked at these two and I thought they break it down a little. It's not always easy to see, and it's in different parts of the ad sometimes. So the attention bit here is mainly focused on the sale. So grab one before the sale ends. And that really grabs attention and it piques a person's interest as well, because everybody likes to save money. Everybody is interested in the word sale. Then we go into the desire itself. They're talking about something for everybody, which isn't the strongest of lines, but they're trying to develop that. Then they're talking about the specific emotional things that are going to get somebody to buy this product. So boost your energy, lose weight, optimize your nutrition. And they're the things that people are going to look at and are going to have a real clear emotional connection to, and they're going to want to get. So if you're looking at this ad and you're thinking, I feel like I've got no energy, I feel like I can't lose weight, I feel like I'm not optimized in terms of nutrition, then that's going to get your attention. And then the action part of it is going back to the start here, and they're talking again about the fact you can save 30% for a limited time. So they've really used that. It's not always obvious, but this is used so regularly. And if you're running ads, or if you're thinking of running ads, what you should be doing is creating a swipe file, by the way, and you should be screenshotting or downloading ads that you see that you think are good ones, and you should be keeping them for the future. It's what we call a swipe file. Marketers have a swipe file, something you can dig into and something you can get inspiration from in the future. So that's one example of that AIDA principle in motion. So we've got the A up there, it's a little bit small, interest, desire, and then action. And if you're creating this, it doesn't have to be totally obvious that you've got these specific parts in a very specific methodical way, but make sure that they're woven in. This one's a little bit more tricky to see. So the attention here, I would actually say, is all about the creative, because the idea that we've got this drink being parachuted in is unique. They've used something here called pattern interrupt. And if you're not familiar with this, pattern interrupt is when our brains are so used to seeing things in a certain way, our ocular nerve, our ocular strength in our brain, it's connected to how we normally expect to see things, right? And so you don't expect to see a protein drink being parachuted down. That's not what we'd expect to see. That's where the attention is in this one, quite clearly there. The attention is grabbed by the fact that it's really not on something we'd expect to see normally. The interest is not the most clear. Protein is something that people are looking for right now. It's an on-trend marketing angle. There's also, it's being developed here with the no artificial colours or sweeteners. So this is really generating the interest and the desire. And then the action is down here. And the action's also there because call to action is the fact that you can save if you buy it now, and you're being offered a link to be able to do that. So again, you can see it woven in there, and clearly the ad follows that structure. What we're going to do is just kind of break this down and give an example. So, and this is going to be helpful for you if you're creating your own ads. So just as a reminder, we've got the attention, the interest, the desire, and the action. And they are the components that we want to build on this. Now, if you don't know what this is, it is a massage gun, and these were thrown into popularity probably a couple of years ago. They're not so much a new product now, but they definitely were on trend at one point, and it's now probably quite consolidated. If we think about what this is, we've got a piece of plastic or metal body with a motor inside here that causes this ball on the end to move back and forth and to hit into a muscle, right? So to create that movement within the muscle. That's all it is. If you explain it in that most basic principle, it wouldn't sell, because if you was to say, would you like to buy my piece of metal or plastic with a motor and a ball on the end, nobody would be interested in that. And that is precisely why marketing exists, because you don't get people's interest, you don't get people to buy just saying exactly what the specific technical aspects of the product are. And this is where people can go wrong as well. You do not want to be talking about what the product is. You want to be talking about the outcome. Remember, they don't want the product, they want the outcome. The outcome is everything. So let's think about how we could develop this. Now, to get going, we need something that's going to capture somebody's attention. If we imagine that somebody wanting to buy this is let's get a picture of somebody in our mind. Let's get that avatar defined, because that's the first part of any process of selling. Have an avatar defined. So I'm going to imagine the person buying this goes to the gym quite frequently. They want to improve their fitness, and they are quite a healthy person. So to grab their attention, might use something like train twice as hard in half the time. Because if you are somebody who trains in the gym, that is going to pique your curiosity. So thinking about how we might develop that further. Interest. We want to take we've captured somebody's curiosity. How do we move them further down the line? We might then bring in social proof, a really powerful way of you selling something, because it proves that other people have endorsed what the product does. So what we might do here is try and find some sort of relevant research that tells us statistically what happens when somebody uses this product. So we might say 80% of people found they recovered faster and could train again sooner with and whatever we wanted to call this product, whether we call it the Massage Gun Pro or whatever we decide is relevant. 80% of people found they recovered faster and could train again sooner with the Massage Gun Pro. So there you go. Interesting. If we're clearly targeting that specific person who is the gym goer, and if you had two different avatars, you should never have more than two. But if you did have two different avatars that you try and target, you would not deviate too much from the specific person you are talking to in the ad, and you would test which one is more effective than the other. And then what's the outcome that they want? I would be thinking about, what is this person most likely to resonate with? Let's imagine that they are training for some sort of next major sporting event. Compound or grow your fitness and feel better for it. And then we could talk about some of the specifics. Less muscle pain and more, let's just bring that down a line. So less muscle pain and more energy. So we're starting to really develop the picture. We're starting to talk about the specifics. Now we're looking at what the action is that we want somebody to take. Now this bit is where your offer comes into it. When we talk about offer, we mean what are you offering to the market and why is it different? This is where it needs to be quite strong, because you might be competing numerous retailers that are selling a similar product. So what is it about your product, your offer, the way you deliver it, what it does, your pricing structure? What is it that gets somebody to buy now and gets somebody to take an interest? And here's an example for this. These massage guns, they come in large sizes, they come in smaller travel sizes. Here's a great chance for us to build out a combination offer. So buy in the next 7 days and get the travel massage gun mini for half price. And then we could build out a discussion there about what the pricing difference means there and what that would impact that would have on the package when people buy both. And it might be that that in itself saves people $45 when you buy both together. We've got many components of a good ad, and we've also got components of a strong offer. And combining those two together is what's going to make your ads click with people, and it's going to improve the metrics right from the click-through rate through to people actually checking out. This offer component is the most important. If you're not creating offers and discounts, guys, like anybody can do that. And if you start competing on price, it's just a race to the bottom. If you compete on price, someone else is going to undercut you a little bit and someone else. And in the end, you've just got a ton of people competing for the same group of people that want to save money at the bottom, and no one's making great profit margins. So you've got to go that one step better. And on that note, you can do things, and this is like a whole new separate training, but you can do gift with purchase. Massive retailers use that to good effect. You can do a combination offer. You can do a spend certain amount and get a certain percentage off. You can do a buy two, get one half price. All right, there's loads of different ways that you can do that. But make it something that people are going to actually click with, that's going to get them to buy now. If this ad was missing that urgency component, it would not push people to actually take action. They would just see it and be like, oh yeah, that'd be nice, and off they would go. So I hope that's helpful. We've been AIDA principle, we've looked at some examples, we've looked at some clear structure. The only other thing to mention is about ad structure. So this is going to be a whole separate training. But here's the thing. When you're testing ads, you are testing a variable. So what we've got is the first level. If we imagine it as a container, the first level we've got is the campaign level. And then within that, we've got the ad set level. And we might have more than one of those. And then within that, we've got the ad level. Let's say you've created an ad and it's got this AIDA structure, and you think, right, I've got some copy there that is going to be successful for me. What are you going to test first? The first thing you should test is the creative, the imagery, whether that be static image or whether it be video. We test the creative. When you test the creative, you cannot introduce another variable that you want to test at the same time. So you can't test a different creative with different copy and have all of these crazy combinations flying around that you're never going to be able to get data from. that are never going to tell you whether it was the creative that did the bit that was successful or whether it was a copy. So you've got to test things independently. What you're going to do is that within your ad set level, you're going to keep the copy the same. And then within your ad level is where you want to be introducing your different images. So you would have image 1. And then within that, you would have image 2, and so on. And these want to be a minimum of $5 per day for testing. Any less than that, you're going to get data pretty slowly. Ideally, you want to be spending $10 per day on each different variable that you are testing. If you're testing the creatives, you want to be keeping the copy the same. If you're testing copy, you want to be keeping the creatives the same. Always be testing on one variable. And my recommendation, if you're just running ads right now, starting out, if your budget's not huge, is that you want to be testing the creatives. So you want to be coming up with copy that's consistent, and then testing the creatives, and then perhaps you find the 2 creatives that work best for you, and then you remove one of those over and you test the copy alongside that. So you've got that thing is not changing, the copy is, and you can determine then which one it is that's actually doing the job for you. So I hope that was helpful for you today.